Hello, it's Carolyn here. Today I want to talk to you about a couple of myths about health and nutrition and food and exercise. There's a couple of things. I was giving a talk yesterday to our little wives and maybe very welcome. It was a lovely evening. And I was talking with these ladies about things that I've learned over the last few years since I've prioritised health and fitness and family and friends. And one of the things that I've heard said by quite a few people, and I used to think this was the case, just for everybody, if you wanted to be controlling your weight, losing weight, getting to a more healthy weight, then the way to do it was to move more and eat less. And whilst that in essence isn't a bad thing to start off with, perhaps if you know you're overeating, it's a good thing. If you know that you're having chocolate bars on the sofa when actually going for a walk would be more healthy, that may well be the case. But the people I've worked with over the last few years, I would say more people actually don't eat enough food, and that is what's causing them to stay an unhealthy weight, that they put on weight over time and then they've started to try and regain a balance. And as they've done that, they've really cut down on the amount they eat, and they've cut down and cut down and cut down until eventually they're not getting enough nutrition. Now you need something like 2,000 calories if you're a fairly active person, 1,500 if you're less active, but you certainly need more than 1,200, which is what a lot of people are surviving on most of the time, because that's what they've heard is a way of regaining about a healthy weight. So it's important to know what your base metabolic rate is, how many calories you should be taking just to stay stable, even if you're not doing any exercise at all, and then to look at your exercise. Now I'll put a link below the video because that can take you to a site that can give you that information. You just need to have your weight and your height and your age to make a good calculation of that. So that's myth number one that I wanted to talk to you about today. Another myth is that we are what we eat. That what we eat goes straight into our system and gets used. And that isn't necessarily the case, because that assumes that the body is completely healthy, that it's not had any years of eating things that get clogged up. What happens over time is that your digestive system can get clogged up. Parts of it don't work so effectively. Parts of it you're not getting the nutrition that you need, and we need all sorts of different nutrition, not just the protein and the carbohydrates and the fats that we know about, but vitamins and minerals, particularly tiny minerals called micronutrients that are in a lot of food, and used to be in food when we were growing wholesome food in the garden and in allotments. Then we'd have those micronutrients from the soil. They'd get into the food and then we'd eat them. That would be fine. Nowadays, with so much intensive farming going on, those things are depleted from the soil and they don't come back. They don't just suddenly miraculously get back into the soil. And so we're missing some micronutrients that might be needed to utilise the other food that we're eating. So we're not necessarily what we eat, we're what we absorb. So actually making sure that we're absorbing as best we can be a great way forward. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in another video. Well, thanks for listening and have a good day. Bye.